Cool. Oh, we got Buff Fury, Kajin, Paddish, Voodoo, and one more waiting for them. It is Nox, so a melee wombo combo. Look at that. Oh, I like these weapons. And we got on the other side, Hardcake, Sejuk, Zergan. It's actually kind of a mirror except for Wooder. Wooder's the only one out of his element completely. We got Zergan, Tholin, Sejuk, Hardcake, and what the hell? We're gonna call him Foreskin. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got how many few outlaws, right? We got one actually. Only one outlaw? What is 4 actually? 4 has to be like assassination, right? Has to be assassination. It's like the popular spec right now. I do appreciate. Oh, what the hell? Challenger 4. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Look at that ass. Alrighty, boys. Who's going first? That's the question. Oh wait, hold on. Let me hide my camera in the drop event list so you guys can at least see parts, okay? That'll work. Alrighty. And we'll bring that back in. Who is going first? I think the Alliance team is still trying to... Or the blue team. Is that Blue Alliance? Yeah, it is. Still trying to figure out who they got going on. It looks like they did figure it out. It's going to be Wooder first with the brand roll. And that's going to be what looks like the Rogue. No, it's Sejuk. It's the Fury Warrior Sejuk. Versus Wooder, who looks like he is Enhancement Shaman. Enhancement does have some beefy burst and has some healing, although we will see how good it is after all the nerfs. Sejuk is getting hit with the slow off the bat, popping big cooldowns, and Wooder's just gonna line it. That's a leap, maybe no charge, no charge available. Second leap and charge is gonna connect. Gonna be able to get some damage out into back-to-back CC onto Sejuk. Sejuk burst is completely out of the window. Wooder was able to line it. He hit him with a stun, but before that stun happened, he actually hit him with a sundering. Popping his Earth Ellie and now getting away from Sejuk yet again. Going for yet another heal. Sejuk is still going ham. He's getting angry. But the wolves come out from Wooder. He's going to have some damage big. That's Sejuk about 25% worth of health. Dropping close to 10%. He's going for big defenses. And Wooder again going back to the cutting strat. Sejuk needs to hit something. Hit the pets. He has to hit the pets. There's the Elemental and Spirit Wolves. He actually did choose to hit one of those in order to heal himself up. Wooder is basically at full health while still available. And now able to get some thrashing damage to Sejuk. Does Sejuk have a stun or anything? Sejuk actually found his zen. He's recovering now. Kind of dealing well with hell. The Sundering did kind of chunk him a bit. It's going to be wall out of Wooder. No instant cast heals coming out. He wants to go back to lining the warrior. And Sejuk is hanging out at half health. Kind of coming towards 60%. He's trying to maintain. As long as Sejuk can keep hitting. And as long as there's no wolves attacking him, we'll be able to do it. Actually gets a kick onto Wooder's heel. And Sejuk is catching himself in the recovery. Wooder trying to go for a hex. Is Sejuk going to get hex? Yes. No trinket available for a while. Wooder gets himself a cast off, and Sejuk hanging out in the frog form. Wants to go for some damage. Blaze Storm coming out. Wooder is still just trying to line it. It's going to be a charge heal for Sejuk again. Capacity Totem coming out. Sejuk doesn't have anything for it. That's going to be a lot of damage coming out of Wooder. He's getting big procs. Maybe Sunder coming out. Sejuk getting a clutch fear and charge heal off of that. He's still hanging in there by skin of his hand. He deals down. Yikes. Poor little gnome. Wooder is hanging out on the other side. That's another guy. That's Hardcake coming in right afterwards. Another Fury Warrior. Gets a stun into Wooder. That's going to be tricking into Fear. Hardcake has some big bursts available. Is he going to be able to do anything to Wooder? Wooder is just, oh, Earth Shield available. Oh, Hardcake getting caught in the corner. All that damage, and he just got completely lined. That is so good for Wooder. Still just exchanging blows back to back. The Spirit Wolves are coming out. Hardcake is going to take a bit of damage. Is he going to have to pop defenses? Wooder's catching himself at about 50% health. Sundering completely missed Hardcake. If it did damage him, he didn't get the CC, or if he did get CC, I didn't notice it. Hardcake is at about 50% health. Dropped already Commanding Shout. Leap into a charge onto what looks like Wooder, and he's going to be a stun. Can Hardcake get some back-to-back damage? Wooder is popping wall. Wants to stay offensive. Getting Hardcake kind of low. Hardcake still has his big defensive available. Is he going to use it late? He did time it until the very end time. Starting to get some huge heals out of it. Hex coming out. Nope, not sitting that Hex at all. No, Hex is going to come out. Trinket is still available. Is he going to burn it? Nope, doesn't look like it. No, he does burn the Trinket. He decided, you know what? I can't be sitting. He's just going to heal up to full. Wooder is still hanging out, still healing little by little. Sundering coming out onto Hardcake. Didn't take too much damage off of it. And Wooder is catching himself kind of low in the execute range. Stun coming out. Can Hardcake get himself in rage? Can he get a rampage into an execute? And looks like he might be able to. And Wooder does catch himself low into an execute phase, boys. Who's up next? It's going to be Buff Fury versus Hardcake. Both of them are Fury Warriors, going to be looking at one another, just pounding damage into one another, the brothers in arms. Does Hardcake have any cooldowns? Is popping something. Popping his big cooldowns by getting hit with a stun to be locked out. Buff Fury hasn't popped a single cooldown yet. Oh no, he did pop something. I think he popped, well, look, I don't know what sits in this, in the row where you see the ticket 17, 16. I think this Blade Storm does execute a hard kick with all these big cooldowns though when it come close to the clutch. Stun DR'd heavily onto Buff Fury. Not gonna set the stuns from the Rogue, but he's gonna get dotted up. That's gonna be for Monotomy? I don't even know how to say your name. Just kiting around with those dots, poking out, getting stunned up. No chicken stun. Was that a good move? It's a questionable move though, but if your Fury's going for some big damage, is he gonna be able to do something? Getting hit with a stun. Those dots are ticking down on him. Couldn't really heal himself up to full. Was that an evasion? Not even an evasion. Burn full for Monotomy. See, that was all his defensive. No chicken available though, and Buff Fury getting cheap shotted yet again. Garrote right afterwards. Can't really do anything, and he realizes that's the end for him, man. That's going to be an early vanish out of the Rogue, but Nox is going to want to try to find him. Garrote coming out, so we are going to have for Monotomy getting himself a decent opener. Nox is looking for the Gnome. The Gnome is trying to get away. What was that kidney? That was some range to that kidney. Hello? What was that? That's a stun for Monotomy for a bit. There's going to be Feint coming out and Cloak of Shadows. Still trying to hang around the other side of the pillar. Nox is doing some damage pressure in Monotomy. Might want to force out evasion though. Evasion's still available for the Rogue. Blind coming out onto Nox. No trinket available though. So Monotomy, where's he at right now? Got himself a full reset. Needs to go for heals. I honestly would go to the side of the pillar and just AFK. AFK until he can get a second concoction rolling, because you're in such a low health. Such a bad place. Just trying to decide whether he wants to go to the pillar or not. Eyes coming out for Nox. Does see him. Does hit him with a glaive. Can he catch up? Does catch to him. That's a stun into an eye beam. Monotomy's in a bad spot. There's going to be a leap back, charge in. Blade Dance for Monotomy's going to go down. No evasion burned at all. Nox was able to take him out fairly efficiently, fairly quickly. Who's up next? It's either Tholen or Zergan. It looks like it is going to be Zergan coming out. Another Assassination Rogue. Full kidney coming out back to back onto Nox. That's going to be in prison, but he's just still melting through those dots. Metamorphosis is a clutch. Last-ditch effort. That's going to be Darkness on top of it. Nox trying to hang in. Actually kind of able to heal himself, and Zergan might have to play defensive. Evasion is available. He's getting stunned up. He's going to have to trinket it. No, shouldn't if he wants to win. Zergan getting stunned yet again. Nox is barely hanging out on any health. The Blade Dances in the back of the pillar is the only thing that was really keeping him alive. So now the question is, who's up next? It's going to be Kedron or Padish versus Zergan, and we still have Tholen on the other side. So Kedron, and we're gonna have Zergan doing the stealthy duel. We see where Kedron's at, but we don't really see Zergan. Oh, another thing I want to check with this is if there's any key bindings for this type of deal. Oh my god, there is! There is! Oh my god! Whoa! I just realized that there's actual commands on this stuff. Like, who's this following now? I have no idea who. Oh, it's following Kedron. Okay, but the camera is not on top of him. There's got to be better key bindings, right? Nothing is really happening either. Snapping or following? Snapping, tracking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, it's tracking him, but it's not like right on top of him though, so it's not the best. Wow, this is so weird. I'm gonna have to mess with it later. Kedron is getting set up with Zergan. That's a back-to-back into a stun. Kedron popping parry, trying to catch up to Zergan right afterwards, though. Is he gonna be able to do anything? There's sitting on him. That's a blind coming out onto Kedron. Still has a trinket. Zergan forced to use that blind, but I guess he was trying to see if he can get a trinket out of Kedron. That's gonna be a parry that's no longer gonna be available. Still, Cloak of Shadows is up. Those bleeds are gonna chew right through him regardless, though. Oh my god, this is so cool. I never knew those keybinds for that. I'll need to mess with it so we can actually track like the players themselves, man. We have to do that. I have to find the keybinds for that. I didn't know those commentator keybinds. I didn't know it was a thing. And this is a little bit better because I can actually follow Kedron, but I need the camera to like follow him without like being floaty, you know what I mean? Kedron's still looking for the guy. Where's Zergan at? Zergan is... If we can hit 5. Oh, Zergan is number 4, isn't he? Okay, there's Zergan. Hey, there he is, looking for Kedron. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, this is so cool. I didn't know this was a thing. Kedron just walked by Zergan. Did Zergan see that? He actually might have. Still looking for him. The Rogue Duels, nothing's really happening. Honestly, I should be doing this more, man. I should be doing this more. Hold on. What are the other key bindings? Oh, they're found each other. Okay, we can go back to commentating. We'll check out the key binds after this, because this is so cool, man. I want to mess with it. Kedron's getting sapped up by Zergan. Back to back. Kedron has just about every cooldown, almost has parry up and everything. It's going to be cheap shot into an insta trinket. Is that going to be any cooldowns out of Zergan though? He's just backing away from Kedgen into a kidney right afterwards. Back-to-back kidney, fully dotted up on Kedgen. Kedgen's forcing out a Cloak of Shadows early. That wasn't Vendetta or anything. Zergan was going to be killing spree to follow Zergan. He's trying to get away into a Vanish. Is Kedgen going to find himself an advantage? He does. That's going to be actually a reset onto Zergan. Somehow he found himself out of stealth. Not really sure exactly how that happened. But it looks like both rogues are going to go for a reset. And I think for Zergan, this is a pretty good situation because he has a lot of his cooldowns left. Gonna get a cheap shot onto Kedgen. Gonna get all his dots available. Kedgen has no cooldowns available unless he has any kind of heal. He won't be able to live these dots. That's a blind, but can he do a sap reset? He used to go for that sap reset. Does get it, but his health is so low. Can he do anything about it? Or is he just gonna melt to those dots? Actually catching himself, stabilizing a little bit. Might be able to do something here. But Zergan is catching himself another resell. For Kedgen, it's honestly just hoping that... Oh, gonna hit with a sap though. I think those dots still were on him for a little bit longer. That's gonna be end for Kedgen. Parry up, but that was it. And the last one we have is Paddish. Where's Paddish at? Paddish looking for him. Looking around. Zooming around. Might be able to go pick up the eye. What if we have Zergan though? Zergan looks like he is hanging out by the eye as well. Did Paddish pick up the eye? I think... Did Paddish pick up the eye? I guess we'll see Paddish in just a second, won't we? It looks like Paddish does see the target. It looks like Zergan didn't even notice that the eye was picked up. Realized it, sprinted away, trying to get away. Couldn't quite do it. That's going to be a chance for Paddish to take it all for the Horde. 42% dampening, so no healing available. Evasion coming out of Zergan, though. He's trying to get a counter kidney shot. That's going to be some cooldowns coming out. It's going to be Vendetta. That's big cooldowns out onto Paddish. Feint coming out for Paddish. No big defensive burn quite yet. There's going to be a blind onto Zergan right afterwards. Paddish is just dotting down. He's just ticking down with those dots, but no trinket available for Zergan for a bit more. Sap coming out. Gonna have a trinket for this opener at one point or another. We haven't had Paddish burn any cooldowns quite yet. Zergan is gonna have a trinket in 10. Oh my goodness, was that a trinket? Paddish trinket is something. I'm not sure what. I guess he got blinded. Must have been, right? Kidney on Paddish, and Zergan might be able to take it. Paddish barely has any health. Let's Cloak of Shadow. Zergan going for a reset. Vanish out. Paddish still sees him with Vendetta. Could be anyone's game. Zergan cheat death proccing. Paddish is still hanging in there. Paddish might die. Paddish is gonna die to those dots, and Paddish does melt. And the Alliance wins. Stolen didn't even get to play him, my guy. Yikes.